you'll see me. You'll absolutely see my mic go to mute as I'm furiously typing. As something y'all say triggers a new emotion and a new way to express just how much this assignment sucked.
It was a tough go.
Fucking awful. I'm glad we agree on that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is
good.
You.
Oh.
Going through a tunnel.
Fairly KickAss podcast.
It's the best intro and outro we've ever done.
Truly.
Also, what you just did there with your voice resembles something that's on this list.
Indeed.
Well, let's... Oh, Jeff, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, before we really get into it, let's do this a few more times where we just...
that one wasn't a bit.
I know. Before we really get rolling on this list, and we could talk about what it is we're doing, because those that are new to the podcast won't understand what we're doing, but re-ranking Billboard charts is something that we do pretty regularly. And usually there's 100 songs, but can we sort of agree that for 2003, there's not 100 songs to rank?
I was wondering where y'all were going to land on this. I ended up with 95 total.
I went with 96.
Okay. Also a fair answer.
So I'm apparently the asshole because I have 100.
Well, okay, but you know where we're coming from, right?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from, and partially because I at least could get one of those in where it truly belongs.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I understand.
Tracks.
And
yeah.
I have a hunch which one that's going to be.
Yeah.
I
have
really,
a real good...
I would hope so.
Idea.
I would really hope so. We could at least agree on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it... I'm calling the shot ahead of time, though. My only note for that song, which I didn't listen to, by the way. I skipped it. The only note I wrote was, nope.
Here's the best part about that, is you didn't need to listen to it. Because if you heard the song, and this may confirm that we're thinking, if you heard the song 22 years ago, it's not... You've not been able to eject it from your brain since.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, I think that could be said, maybe not quite to the same level, but about a lot of these songs. And mostly for not good. This was, I think, for me, the worst list of these that we've ever done.
Hands down.
If we didn't mention, by the way, it's the re-rank of all of the Billboard Year-End chart that they put out every year. It's, I don't know what algorithm they use, but basically just like essentially the 100 most popular songs-ish, give or take, of the year. And 2003 was a bad year for music based on that measure.
Oh my God. So bad that I don't like my top 5.
Well, I guess I'm the contradiction in this whole thing. Like, don't get me wrong. The vast majority of this list, I don't want to listen to again. But I think I have maybe more songs that fall on the better side than half for you guys. Because for me, I thought this was going to be relatively easy. I went in thinking that 03 was one of those first years that I remember really starting to get back into like popular radio-ish music. Like I was trying to get back into the top 40 for some reason. I think partially because I started DJing parties quite a bit. So I was looking for those songs that were the newest. And I remember having found plenty of stuff to work with and continuing that. And I don't remember. I mean, granted, we were sophomores in college, so I may have also been under the influence of many a liquid for most of that time. And maybe that's why my memories of this year are a little skewed, but still.
Well, and no. Let me clarify what I said. I stand by my words, but I didn't mean them the way they might have sounded. Most of the songs on this list are great if you're in a club. There's a large chunk of songs on this list that if you're in a club or at a party, at least, they're cool songs to have around. And it's not that I don't like the songs in my top 5 or 10. They're fine. They're good songs. I would not have them in a top 10 list in any other year, probably.
Yeah. I 100% agree. I was thinking about this just hours before we went on. Like, there's one song on this list of 100 that I would objectively call great.
Maybe 3 for me.
Am I allowed to include ironically rating them great?
Of
Oh,
course, always.
there's a couple more if we include that.
Yeah, come with like
Yeah,
15,
yeah.
I'm up to like
Totally.
15 there if there's like ironic things and such there.
But let's get into
Totally.
it. Who gets to go first this time around?
Let me random number generate us up, which I should have done a few minutes ago. Let's see. You know what the hell? I'm just gonna say me since I wasn't on my shit. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to hop in. Format, by the way, we do our 10 through 6 of our re-rank kind of rapid fire style. Then in a round, we'll do number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2. We'll go to the bottom of our list before we hit number 1. And depending on our vibes, because we always switch it up, we do like the bottom 5, the bottom 10, the bottom 7. I mean, whatever it feels like, whatever we feel like in the moment. And then after the bottom X, we'll go back up to the number 1 and close things out.
Word.
So with that said, I will hit y'all with my 10 through 6 and then 5, starting with my number 10, which is Busta Rhymes and Mariah Carey and Rod Digga and Rampage and 2 other dudes whose names I honestly don't remember, making up the Flip Mode Squad, and I Know What You Want. There are so many songs that are supposed to be sultry and sensual and sexy on this list, and most are bad. Pretty much every song that fits that description is awful. I Know What You Want is not awful. Busta Rhymes is doing the Busta Rhyme things. Mariah Carey is perfectly lovely. Raw Digga, as mentioned, is a highlight on the track as well. It's a good, solid sex jam. Number 9 is not a sex jam at all. It's I'm With You by Avril Lavigne. Because every pop punk singer has a soft side. Couldn't even stop myself from laughing before I said it. Number 8, Like Glue by Sean Paul. It's kind of like what you said, Jay, about like a song that you would want to hear in a club. Like this would be it for me, at least one of those examples on this list. It's Jamaican dance hall music, more accessible for all of us who have never experienced it properly in Jamaica. I'm sure that in an actual Jamaican dance hall setting, the energy would be amazing. It's something that I would love to do one day. But this is probably as close as many people are going to get to that. Number 7, we go back to the ballads with Shania Twain, Forever and For Always. It's not really a country song at all, even though it is a Shania Twain song. It's just a pure love ballad. It's a bit generic. It's a bit saccharine, but the pickings are slim in 2003, and Shania's usually perfect, at least at that moment in time, vocals definitely sets that up towards the top of the list. And number 6, we're just going to keep the ballad train rolling with If You're Not the One by Daniel Bedingfield. It's a love song that just oozes. It's super cheesy. It's super cheesy, but it's also a very good sounding song, and I enjoy it.
Wow. Do we have very different lists, my friend?
I thought we might.
Going in, you kept creeping down my list. Going in order, it went from number 48 to 56 to 58. All the way down to 87 for Shania Twain, and then back up to 76 for Daniel Bedingfield.
Wow. Shania Twain get no love.
Not on that song.
4 of those 5 songs that you mentioned, actually, let me take that back. 3 of those 5 songs fit into way too large middle of the list for me. That was a growing number of songs I listened to and went, it was all right.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And that was like the only emotion I could generate. Shania was in that huge clump of songs that like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I listened to it a couple times and I had a hard time generating anything good or bad about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I could absolutely see that. I feel like for me, like probably from 6 down to, I don't know, 25 can be fairly interchanged. With pretty decent accuracy. Like there's a lot of like, it's good. It's fine. Totally.
I'm gonna say like 25 to 85 on my list or in that clump of okay.
Yeah.
I will qualify that by saying that between that number 48 and number 87 in my arbitrary point scale, there's only 10 points difference. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not surprising considering this list. I guess when we say it's like it wasn't great, it wasn't bad either. And as we've said before, we almost wish it was bad because it would be more exciting and interesting to talk about.
The stuff that is higher than that on my list at least made me giggle, and that one made me feel literally nothing. So
for sure. Well, I think that my number 5 is going to make you feel at least a little bit of something, if I had to guess. It comes from someone that so rarely missed, even in a year when seemingly most everyone else did. You know, it's something that I'll touch on a little bit through my list. I'm sure, you know, maybe y'all have experienced it too. Like these are not even the artists that are well known and the songs by those artists are not going to be even close to the best thing that those artists have to offer. This is I'd probably say the same for my number 5, but it still is a great song in an amazing career and discography. And that is Work It by one misdemeanor Missy Elliott. It's quintessential. It's highly, highly danceable. Duh, it's Missy Elliott. Of course it is. It's fun. It's kind of weird. Both the song and the music video are both kind of weird in that really cool Missy Elliott way. The delivery that she has, I think, has always been criminally underrated. I would say the same for this track. It is excellent. Yeah, it was one of the best tracks of a year that was in sore need of an injection of fun and excitement and energy such as this.
No notes. More on that to come.
Also, no notes. 13.
Nice.
Right tied up there with, and hopefully not stealing any thunder, but right up there with Gossip Folks.
All right. Well, let's kick it over then to you, Jay. I know you mentioned more to come on that, but I know you have more to come on your 10 through 6 and then your number 5 as well.
Yeah, let me chat about that for a second. My number 10, I dropped Nas and I Can here at number 10 because the beat is fire, the lyrics are fire, the delivery is fire, and if it was a little bit more fun, it might have even been farther up the list. At number 9, I put 3 Doors Down and When I'm Gone. I know the verses are lame and his voice is very, very limited, but this is objectively one of the best choruses in radio rock. At number 8, I put Fitty with Nate Dogg and 21 Questions because Nate Dogg can make anything sound smooth, but this is absolutely actually smooth. The song's dumb, but it's fine. At number 7, I have Maya and My Love Is Like Whoa. Because honestly, Maya can basically do no wrong. Her stuff is cheeky and humorous, and it was co-written and produced by Missy Elliott as well. And this song is sort of that lose the girl next door vibe with the extra dose of confidence and sass. So I like it. At number 6, I have JT and Cry Me a River. It's sort of the moment where Justin proves he's good at what he does. Like this is that he's breaking out of that whole boy band nonsense, and we're really seeing what he can do as a producer. And the track is sharp. It's super sharp.
I would like to echo something that you said a few minutes prior, and that we have very, very different lists. The highest ranked song of those 5 is My Love Is Like Whoa, and that came in at 24 for me.
Okay. I can feel that.
Yeah, the other ones are not that great. No, it's so hard, right? Because we're going to be compromising something on a majority of these songs. Just like you said, this song, the lyrics are dumb. This song, the vocals are bad. That's just the nature of this list. We can't escape it.
I'm honestly a little surprised that you don't have Nas closer to the top.
You know, I was too, to be perfectly honest. I was absolutely ready to slot that song in the top 10. But upon further listen, it was just kind of there. It just kind of, for someone like him that has had so many instant classics on wax, that just to me was not. Fair enough. Maybe that was unfair grading, but yeah, I expected more.
Okay.
I got no notes there at all. As everything is here I'm looking at, and it's still in the top 35 on the spreadsheet. Nothing, unlike Zach's top 10 or first 5, nothing falls all the way down into the drop zone.
Cool. All right. And then at my number 5 spot, I also have Missy Elliott and Work It.
Hell yeah.
It's her basically letting everybody know that she's operating on her own level. It's not just another level. It's just her. She's the only one there. It's bold. It's weird. It's fun. It's inventive. It's mischievous. It's a joyfully glitchy beat with those reverse vocals, which is actually what I was talking about when I mentioned what Dan was doing earlier.
Right.
The off-kilter beat, the hooks that don't make sense but are instantly iconic. And then she rides the whole thing with her confidence. It's sheer originality. Embrace the weird. That flag is freaky. I particularly enjoy the line, picture Lil' Kim dating a pasta. Like that.
That whole bar where every line just ends in that same kind of sound is just like, it gets me every single time.
Yeah.
Rat-ta-ta-ta. Like you said, it's just silly and goofy and just wonderful.
Yeah.
Because who else could pull off that song, really?
Nobody. I really, like, I was actually trying to come up with somebody, and I don't think I can. Maybe Busta Rhymes, but that'd be a very different song.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I want to hear that version, though. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Good stuff, man. Well, we're going to see if we can nail the rare trinity of having all three of us put the same song in the same slot, Dan.
Well, we already know it's not because he put it at 13.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, so much for suspense.
Yeah, it's already there. And the cool part is here, my 6 through 10 is completely unique. And I kind of figured that might be the case after listening more often than not. So let's start with number 10, which is Evanescence and Paul McCoy and Bring Me to Life. An anthemic song that proved that modern radio rock didn't all have to suck and have cookie cutter levels of energy. At number 9, it's Say Yes from Floetry, because this song is the 2003 definition of vibes. We didn't have a definition for vibes in 2003. Wasn't a thing yet, but this song was it. Jazzy and moody and smooth and sultry. It is legit one of the best neo-soul tracks of the era. An easy pick at number 8, Lose Yourself, Eminem. Listen, it's easy, but come on. If the mainstream knows an Eminem song, it's Lose Yourself, and for good reason. And is hitting all the right buttons for maximum crossover success. That was kind of his peak year, really. At number 7, Aaliyah and Come Over. Come on, that voice, man. That's literally all I wrote at first, and I had to add more than just like absolutely pure R&B, a track that smolders, and it does so in any era. And then at number 6, Santana, but the more important part, featuring Michelle Branch on The Game of Love. Because I really do like the combo of these two here. Michelle Branch is way underrated and proved here she is way more than just that one piano hook.
While I'm with you on Michelle Branch, I don't agree with that song being where you have it. That's fine. We've already talked about how this list does things to your brain. But the only other one I'll comment on is where you have Eminem, because I have him at 11.
Nice.
So right there with you. I guess I have the Santana and Michelle Branch tune at 28. So I guess it's not that far out of the thing, but
fair.
It's more of a, I don't know. I genuinely like the song, but I can really only hear my mother singing it. So
that's a different take. Okay.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, it was. I think I was in lockstep with pretty much all your 10 through 6. The Game of Love at 20, Lose Yourself at 26, 26. I did have Miss You a little bit higher for Aaliyah, but like you said, that voice, like, really, what more do you need? No matter what the track is.
Exactly. However, I know I'm good on my number 5, so let me just add a few things about Nas as I can. Because who else can take a school class chanting annoyingly over a piano line of Fair Elise and still turn it into an uplifting anthem? Nas. That's where that list starts and ends. And yes, its conscious rap theme is annoying to many reviewers and listeners, apparently, which I found in the process, but that in no way diminishes his flow, his verses, or his message here. There is nothing wrong with putting out an encouraging anthem every once in a while. And I think it actually does join his pantheon of absolute classics.
I'd throw it on a greatest hits record.
I hope he did, actually, at some point.
He might have. Yeah, I guess maybe that's the yardstick that I didn't use, that, like, you know, who else would have done so much with what was honestly pretty awful production in the song. And And maybe that's just what turned me off to it more than anything. Now that I'm kind of hearing it in my head. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a way to segue to your number 4, Zach, and I can't do it.
Nope.
Well, I can give it a try because it is one that Dan just mentioned here recently. Because if there was one new metal band that you could count on to be fairly enjoyable and consistent during the subgenre's mostly unfortunate heyday of the early to mid 2000s, it was Evanescence. It is Bring Me to Life at number 4. Specifically for this list, their debut single, again, while not being the best track in their catalog, is certainly a great track. A lot of that comes on the shoulders of Amy Lee and just those piercing, beautiful vocals that just were unrivaled, at least in popular music of that era. In popular rock music, I should say. There were great vocalists, obviously, all throughout the history of music, but not really in terms of like the rock vocalist, especially not the metal rock vocalist. And she was one of the few of that era that was popular. The strings are an understated but perfect addition. Like, this song without strings is not the same song whatsoever. It was interesting that Amy herself said it was, quote, an expense that I fought hard for. So she understood the value that would bring to the track. She had that foresight. I don't know how she did. It added a different dimension to it altogether. Paul Stones from 12 McCoy is there, or something. I don't know. He was fine. He was fine. But yeah, the rest of the song was just, it was a great track.
Yes, sir.
Clearly no disagreement here. I mean,
yeah,
we were just off at a couple of places.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the whole Fallen Record period to me is phenomenal anyway. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, 100%. Shout out Christian Cage. Jay, we'll throw it to you. We'll throw it to you for your number 4, my friend.
Yeah, that's great. Because
too bad we didn't do this yesterday. I was wearing my Outwork Everyone shirt.
Oh man, that would have been perfect.
All right, sorry. That's a different show.
I'm gonna take it in a whole different direction for my number 4.
Please do.
So, yeah, so it's fine. How about a posthumous release about what happens in a thug's afterlife from Tupac in Thug's Mansion? Listen, this song hits hard in a lot of different ways. And I don't think I have to say much about Tupac. We've done a number of things talking about Tupac in the past, including a deep dive a long time ago in a previous life. But this song hits different because because of its subject matter and the fact that it dropped on a posthumous record. I can't say enough about this song because it's one of my favorite Tupac tracks, which says a lot. And the fact that it wound up on this list, I'm actually feeling like I should have bumped it up higher on the list because of that. But I didn't. So here we are to number 4.
Dear mama, don't cry. Your baby boy's doing good. Tell the homies I'm in heaven and they ain't got hoods.
Yep.
A poet. A true fucking poet in every sense of the word.
Yeah, always. I mean, an introspective song from Tupac is not like a surprise.
No.
That he would be able to express all these things so well. But man, he was one of the best of his generation at finding a way to put, 2 words and on paper, everything going on in his head. And this is an amazing example of that.
It was a hell of a pick.
I mean, I don't know where to go from here.
Sorry.
No. Dan, start talking.
Yeah, you got this. Number 4.
Yeah, well, on my list, I go from a track to uplift a community to a track about uplifting oneself out of a terrible situation. Ashanti tells a painful, painful story of struggle through an abusive relationship and the massive relief that comes from getting out of that situation. Rain on Me is another one of those tracks that's kind of a theme in this list as well for me, that is carried forward up and beyond by its vocal performance. She delivers this powerful message, and it is perfectly wrapped in her powerfully emotive voice.
Zero arguments. Yeah, it's a Beautiful, beautiful song about a very, very difficult topic to talk about, much less sing about. And
Yeah.
she does it with an unending grace and an unending power, like you said.
Yeah, I have it on here somewhere, but I can't find it. It's in the middle of the pack somewhere.
Well, I'll tell you what's not in the middle of the pack, and that's my number 3. It, much like Work It injects a lot of fun into a year of hip hop that sorely needed it at the time. Between the more serious tracks that y'all have spoken on way more elegantly than I could, and the tracks that were just kind of there, they just existed. They were just boring, and there just wasn't any kind of density to them. This was none of that. This was just two people just seemingly having the time of their lives in the booth. Wouldn't be the last time that they seemingly had the time of their lives in the booth, but you could tell that Beyonce and Jay-Z were having an absolute blast when they recorded Crazy in Love. With all the fun and, the silliness and everything, like, don't get it twisted. Like, this is still a solid track objectively. Beyonce lands somewhere between rapping and singing. It's kind of a weird gray area for most people, and it doesn't work for most people. But as most things do for Beyonce, it absolutely works for her. She sounds great. The whole track, or the whole first part of the track, Jay comes in towards the latter half. He does the Jay thing. It's 2003 Jay-Z. I mean, we're pretty much in like that prime 5-year era, 10-year era of his true dominance of the rap game. His best work, again, no, nor Beyonce's, but absolutely a song that stands on its own merit, and a song that is just as much at home in your headphones as it is on the dance floor. It works. It's versatile. It works in a lot of places. And once again, it's just fun. And this list needs fun, and I'm gravitating towards the fun as much as I can.
I'm mad at that. I got it at 12.
I'm mad at that. Could you add in that iconic sample? I got it at 16.
I want to say more about it, but I don't have more.
No, I am very curious, because I honestly thought this had a chance of ending up in one of your top 5s. But I'm curious what actually did end up there, at least in the third slot, Jay. So,
well, my number 3 tune has been mentioned. It's in Dan's 10 through 6 somewhere, though I don't remember exactly where. Say Yes by Flowetry it doesn't just set the mood, it becomes the mood. Like, everything about this song is slow and warm and impossibly intimate. Like, it's leaning in close just to see how you breathe. The vocals glide over the beat with a honey smoothness, and the production never rushes, never pushes, just lets the tension build in a gorgeous, lingering neo soul. It's the sexiest song on this list by a mile. It's like a whispered conversation, right? It engulfs you so completely that you're floating by the time it ends. This is when I mentioned that there were a handful of tracks on here that I truly, legitimately, really like. This is one of them. And truthfully has the biggest swing as far as numbers go on this chart for me, because it was ranked at number 100 on the original chart, and I have it here at number 3. The only song that had a farther change in position is R. Kelly, from number 2 to not on the chart.
A fair choice in both the R. Kelly and the Flowetry choices.
Obviously, I have no notes from this one at all. In doing this, which I'm totally happy about, I rediscovered the entire album. I rediscovered Floetic, and I'm so happy I did. And it sucks that they only put out 2 full-length records.
Yeah, very much so.
Probably was 2003 or 2004 the last time I listened to that record, and it's time for another spin.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I spun it and went, oh, I forgot how great this was. Let's get this in the library.
Yeah. Y'all, I think we got some time in December while we wait for the new year to roll in.
For sure.
Truth fact.
We can squeeze it in.
You know what else we can squeeze in?
Nice.
Here you go, Dan. Give us your number 3.
Certainly. Can I also confess something?
What's that?
This is the part of this document that I wrote in the 3 minutes before you press record. So this is all going to sound a mess, and I'm okay with this. But at number 3, I do have one of the best rock songs of the era. Yes, that's hyperbole. That's also kind of my gimmick. So that's why Audio Slave's Like a Stone is at number 3. Because you have a track of Chris Cornell doing Chris Cornell things, and those are all good and powerful and emotional and haunting. And it's very interesting that different members of the band had different interpretations of the song before Cornell fully explained where the whole thing came from. It contains yet another iconic Tom Morello solo. And it's sort of, to me, the evolution of the sounds of these icons of a movement before coming together and moving into what rock could be as we moved into the new millennium. And I am very happy that we're more than a half an hour in, and I'm the first person to use the phrase the new millennium. Hopefully the last as well.
Yeah. I have that at 27, which felt weird to me when I had it there. But my note for that is that it's weird to me. Like, I love Chris's voice and I love everything he does, but I never really got into Audio Slave, particularly songs like this one. And it's because it's a bit plotting and reliant on the hook, which is something that Cornell's music never really did before, nor did Rage.
True.
So for me, like, and it's a bit like, like Zach bumping Nas down a few pegs because he expected more from the song. Maybe that's what it was for me in Audio Slave, so maybe it's unfair, but that's where I was.
Fair.
I think it's perfectly fair. Yeah. Yeah. More to come. Obviously, I don't disagree with you.
I'm glad I didn't.
Either that or you really disagree with them.
Right. Either that or it's either that or we're throwing hands. One of the two, apparently.
Can you imagine? I put the wonderful Chris Cornell at like number 98. And then you guys like ride me out on a rail of this podcast, rightfully so.
We might actually throw hands at that point.
Wouldn't be the first time that we've had to do that. I mean, there's a reason no one remembers James.
Oh, God. We should keep it that way.
What do you think, Zach? Are we going to throw hands about your number 2?
We might. We might. I don't. As I was saying, like, I'm thinking that Crazy in Love had a great chance of being in one or both of your top 5s. My number 2 had zero chance of being in your top 50s, probably, if I had to guess. But I wanted to grade this song because it's a song that I do enjoy. And it's not a song that I would consider great. That still is just one song. I probably have given it away by now. But my number 2 song is one that, upon further listening, like, it holds up to this year at least. Any other year, it's probably not cracking the top 10. This year, absolutely it is. And that is Clocks by Coldplay. It is a pop song for the lovers of pop songs. It is pop by numbers, but in a good way. The lyrics are unique and interesting enough to not just get lost in the morass of typical pop music lyrics. The instrumentation is cool, and I see what they're going for. It's kind of like a clock, but it's kind of not, and it's kind of like music, and it's kind of not. Like, it's fun. Chris Martin does not get enough credit, I think, for how good he sounds. Not that he's a great vocalist, but he's a great sounding vocalist. And in a pop music song, I don't want like the 3 tenors, I want someone that sounds like a good pop vocalist, and Chris Martin is that 1,000% to a T. As a self-proclaimed Coldplay fan, at least everything from Milo Xyloto and before, yeah, this absolutely fits in that same category. And yeah, not the best song that they put out, not the best song on that album, but still a great song on this list that we're working with.
So it's in the middle of my list, which was weird. Yeah, so I have it at number 59. So you were correct. It did not crack the top 50. But I did write, my only note for this song is damn, it's a rough list when Coldplay ranks this high for me.
Oh, that's good. That says it all right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
The piano part's cool though. That's what bumped it up.
So we can, at least on that side, split the difference because I had it at 41, which is firmly in the top half of the. It's fine. It's fine. Part of it. The issue I have with with this, and actually that whole era of Coldplay, is that you can give me the name of a song off those first two albums, and I can't differentiate any of the songs off those first two albums. Is to me that, like, especially the early stuff is very, very samey.
Yeah.
And I know that's what's coming from me, but still.
No disagreement there at all. You know, like, I feel like if that was entering my criteria, then yeah, absolutely, this gets bumped down. But to me, I feel like it's one Coldplay song in a list of 100 instead of, like, if it was 5 or 6, then they're probably all kind of naturally coming down just because it's just too much, you know. But.
Yeah, a song at a time. I don't think I would skip this one on a playlist necessarily. Maybe, I can't tell.
No, that's definitely not in skipping on the playlist. But it'll be also, he'll get to the hook before I go, oh, right, clocks. Yeah, got it. Okay, now. Okay, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, as we said, we before we get to our number ones, before we get to our number ones, we got to get to your number twos, Jay.
Hey,
first.
To be fair, it's been several Billboard Reranks since we fucked up the format that bad. So we're doing pretty well, actually, for us.
Right.
It's a good night.
My number 2 is an artist we've actually talked about recently, but a different song, because I put Are You Happy Now from Michelle Branch at my number 2. It sneaks up on you with how sharp and emotionally tuned in it is. On paper, it's a pretty straightforward breakup track, but the moment she opens her mouth, it turns into something way more compelling. With just about any other singer, the song is probably pretty bland, but she has a vocal quality that makes it engaging and exciting and fresh. And she's got this clear, slightly biting tone that just cuts right through the guitars and gives every line a little spark of attitude. The whole thing feels like someone finally saying out loud what they've been stewing on for months, and Branch delivers it with a mix of frustration and freedom, and it's catchy and cathartic, and it's way more satisfying than a pop rock song that's this simple has any right to be.
Didn't expect it. No, sir. Didn't expect it at all. You can see my dinner plate size eyes as you put Michelle Branch as your number 2 out of nowhere.
Wow. Obviously, you're not going to get any argument from me, having said what I said about Game of Love, and I have it at 12.
Nice.
So obviously, and also it's even, to add a list, a descriptor to it, I'd even go sardonic, because it almost seems like it almost comes off as oh, okay, this is what you wanted now, huh? There you go.
Yeah.
And I think 12 probably isn't fair, because, and it's a very personal reason why I lost a few points. Because at the time I was also working at a music and movies and video games store, and they had the corporate approved DVD of like 20 songs. Yeah. And unfortunately that was on there for 3 months straight. And I only say unfortunately because I heard that song so many times that I kind of shied away from it.
Yeah, those piped in things really ruined it for those of us that worked retail for any length of time.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, there's a Vibes episode in that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Good songs ruined for us by retail.
I ain't mad at that list. That's really funny.
Mark that down for Black Friday next year.
Gosh,
it might be. Well, we'll get into that here in a second.
Okay,
I'm jotting that down. We could do something fun with that for sure.
Oh, it actually ties into something I'm about to talk about here real soon.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
I didn't write it that way, but it's going to turn out that way.
Nice. Well, Dan, do you have a convenient tie-in to this discussion with your number 2?
No, I actually feel like I'm kind of cheating at my number 2, kind of. But I checked the numbers and I'm okay. Because it's to me, it's sort of cheating to do a holdover from 2002 on the 2003 chart, and even more so this high. But it didn't actually make the year-end 2002 chart, so I'm totally good with putting Norah Jones and Don't Know Why up here. Look, I have no shame here. A legit jazz standard sounding song hitting the chart is always going to score mega points with me, unless it comes from Kenny G. And there are so many songs, there's so many emotions just packed into these 3 minutes. A lesser vocalist wouldn't have been able to get them effectively all across. But Jones hits every note of regret and longing and introspection and beauty. And there's also, from what I was reading, a chance that it's actually, the song itself is about a woman being unable to orgasm with her partner. Mm-hmm. And that only amps it up in my eyes even more. Because who else could write an acoustic pop ballad? And yes, I know it's a cover. It's fine. I mean, like that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm a fan when light acoustic jazz makes it to the hit parade.
Yeah. I mean, I have it at 22, but I wrote too, like, it's easily the coolest song ever about a loving, if sexually incompatible couple.
12 for me. Yeah. It was weirdly, I think the word that I described it best, and it's going to sound derisive. It's not at all. It actually is the opposite, but like empty. Like it's so weirdly, like, isolated is probably a better word than empty.
Maybe, but
lonely. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely. And that comes across because I think there's something to be said when you can kind of, and I'll steal a thought from Roger Waters in this whole thing. He talks about producing and finding the appropriate place and trying to convince artists to just leave a space, kind of let the track breathe for a second and then come back. And that has a way of telling part of the story without you having to tell part of the story.
And Nora does that so beautifully in this track.
And yeah, exactly. I think, yeah. So I think you're 100% with you right there.
Hell of a choice.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm also 100% with the rest of y'all now that we've gotten nearly to the best. And now we've got to go to the truly worst. We go to the part of the chart that I just live in. And I'm really excited to see how much you do or do not agree with me.
I will at least say that I feel confident that nothing in my bottom 10, because I wrote a little bit about the 10 and not the 5 this time. I feel confident that nothing in my bottom 10 is going to be particularly controversial. I don't think any of these are going to be ending up in like your top 20s or anything, but I've been surprised before. And I kind of hope that I will be again, because it would be really fun to talk about. Starting again, since I did not have 5 tracks rated on this list and only started with 95, we're going to go from 86 down to 95. And at 86, we are going to go with Lumidee with Never Leave You. Ooh, ooh. It's missing something with the beat. Like, it's just like there's a part of the beat that like somehow didn't make it onto the track, like didn't make it onto the master. And I could say the same about the vocals and the harmony and the lyrics. Like, it's just something was left out, like a whole nother like MP3. Did they have MP3s in 2003? I think we did. Yeah, this track is lacking.
We stole them on BitTorrent.
Oh, shout out BitTorrent.
Shout out LimeWire.
I can't believe it took us this long to make a fucking of that reference. That's perfect. I'll tell you what's not perfect, and that's my number 87, which is Can't Stop, Won't Stop by Young Guns. Unfortunately, not by Miley Cyrus. That would be much higher ranked than the number 87. Suffers from the same beat-itis that Never Leave You and several other tracks in this list, let's be real, also suffer from. Like, the beats are just incomplete, and I don't understand why stylistically producers all got together and said, like, let's just do half a beats for the whole year. Let's just, we're going to get paid the same amount. Let's just give them half a beat. They'll never know. And we didn't. They got it through. It was ingenious. I'm more mad that I didn't think about it than I am that the fact that they actually did it. Number 89 is a complete beat. I will give them that. Unfortunately, it's Nelly featuring Murphy Lee and a couple of other people whose names I can't read because my notes are too small into my font size. It's a song about shoes. It's called Air Force Ones. It's a song about shoes. Don't know really what more I can say about it. It's a fucking song about shoes.
I have that at number 17.
Okay, I feel better about having it 57.
It's at least a fun song. I'll give you that.
And that's what I wrote. I was like, it sounds super intense, but it's basically about nothing, and we need more songs like that on this list.
And when you said Nelly and a bunch of people, I was like, oh, I wrote down 80 because I'm like, oh, he's talking about Shake Your Tail Feather.
No, that wasn't terribly high for me either. I think that was also in the 80s, if I remember correctly.
We keep derailing you. I'm sorry.
Derail away.
That's one of the ones I left off.
It's easy to do.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, shit, I did too, actually, now that I think about it. Yep, I absolutely did. At number 90 was Ludacris featuring Shauna and Stand Up. To flip the previous motif that I mentioned on its ear a little bit, as I talked about, like they aren't the best tracks by these artists. Like Stand Up is not by far the worst track in Ludacris's discography. I could probably name like 5 more off the top of my head, but it's still pretty bad. Number 91, Kid Rock featuring Sheryl Crow and Picture. All I have to say about this track is that Nickelback did it better. Actually, no, I have a bit more to say about this one. Nickelback did it better, and it makes me very, very sad that I have to utter and truly believe those words. Because even if Kid Rock wasn't himself, this would still be absolutely ass. It's shit on a shingle, and as you already guessed, Sheryl Crow is the shingle here. At number 92. It somehow gets worse.
Yeah.
And that is thanks to Lil Kim and 50 Cent. It's Magic Stick. I even hate the name. I hate everything about this song. I've hated this song since this song came out, and I feel like my feelings have not subdued, but in fact amplified. Because despite how explicit of a sex song this is, and it does get quite explicit as it goes throughout, which I'm all for, but it's somehow boring. Like, for all of the depictions of all of the things and all of the positions and such, like, how is this track possibly a snooze job? And yet it is. Also, logistically, Fiddy, what exactly is the left stroke? Like, how do strokes have lateral direction out? Like, I just don't have the same hips that you do, bro. There's something missing in my musculature.
I was wondering if a snooze job was one of the positions they were mentioning.
Yeah, you cooked me on that. Oh shit! How do we go on?
Just name your next song, man.
give me the strength, Daryl Worley. Please give me the strength. Have y'all forgotten about this dude? Because I very clearly did up until like a few hours ago. This song, Have You Forgotten, is Alan Jackson's Where Were You and the World Stopped Turning, but with more manufactured anger and Osama bin Laden references thrown in. And it was a year later than When Were You came out, which makes me wonder if if Daryl Worley took an extra year and we got Have You Forgotten out of it, like what would this song have been if it came out in 2004 or 2005? Like how much worse would it have been with even more time to marinate? I truly shudder to think, because it's already pretty fucking awful as it is. We go to number 94, which is Puddle of Mud and She Hates Me, which is less of a song and more of a matter-of-fact telling with no real description about the why. There's something missing here. Like there's context that's needed. Why does she hate me? What did I do? What did she do? What did we do? The only answer I could find is is that hating happened somewhere along the line.
Dan, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just going to power through my last one here because I'm dragging along, just like Holiday Inn drags along, which is my number 95 and bottom track. A song that I did enjoy at one point in my life, no longer, thank goodness, after giving it a recent listen. Snoop says some random shit at the beginning and the end. It's not important. Chingy and Ludacris say some random shit in the middle. Again, it's not important. They're in a hotel room and they would really, really like to have sex. I took that out of the song, and that's maybe the only thing that I took out of it. It's dumb. It's idiotic. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound silly. It's not fun. It's just the worst possible culmination of all of the bad things of the year of 2003 in music, all wrapped up into one convenient package.
At the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, it is a catchy hook, and that sucks.
It's not, though.
Yeah. There's too many songs on this list that have that. You could say, oh, they're catchy, and we'll talk about some of them. But at the same time, this song is terrible. But let me say just a couple things about a couple songs that you mentioned.
Please.
Remember how I mentioned that I started DJing parties at around this time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had Stand Up at 45 and Magic Stick at 36. Those got spun quite a bit. They may have gotten remixed. That's all I'm saying.
So I had Stand Up at 57, and at that 36 mark is where I had Puddle of Mud, which surprises me.
And me.
Okay. I had it at 81, but I unironically love it.
Yeah,
it's autobiographical, sure, but still, I love this song. It's not good.
No, it's not.
In no way is it good.
Yeah.
But it's, unfortunately, if I'm being objective, the song kind of slaps. Like,
right?
He's the anti-Travolta, and Olivia wants nothing to do with him, and it all stacks up.
That gives him so much credit that does so undue.
This song is the bit while he's drinking on stage, and then he goes and pees in the back of a cop car.
This is not the hard sell you think it is, my friend.
The problem is we're still agreeing with you.
Yeah, I know.
This. You're not really getting out on that one.
That's the fun of 2003. Like so many of these tracks, even that we rated high, are just not great.
Yeah.
Jay, what about you? How do you fare on the lower end of this already pretty shit year?
Well, I did. So, yeah. So I had 96. So I'll start at my 87, which we've already talked about with Shania Twain, Forever and For Always. The song's just plain annoying. And I'll leave that there. And actually, I made an error because I have at number 88, Bump, 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 which shouldn't be on the list at all. But in my head, I really wanted that song to be Nate Dogg instead of Diddy.
Yes.
And then it would have been a much better song because B2K is just kind of there. And at number 89, I have Trapped and Headstrong. I remember liking that song when it came out, and I can't remember why. At number 90, I have Eminem and Superman. While the flow is kind of undeniable, like this song is M losing his grip. Like his lyrics revert to the supremely immature stuff that he had done earlier, but it's also not good hip hop. Like it's just bad for a number of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
At number 91, I have Brooks and Dunn and Red Dirt Road. The chorus contains literally every country music trope. It's just banal. So then bottom 5 here. At number 92, I have Santana featuring Alex Band and Why Don't You and I. It's almost Creed, but somehow lazier, like Uncle Kracker. At number 93, I have John Mayer, Your Body is a Wonderland. Let's talk about Your Body is a Wonderland for a second. It's probably the smarmiest way to say, I don't care what you wanted to do today, we sexin'. It's a 4-minute neck massage emoji sent by a man wearing 3 necklaces and a Henley with too many buttons undone. The guitar comes in like it's trying to seduce a fern. Mayer breathes into the mic. Sorry. I thought I could power through that.
I knew I was going to lose it eventually. I just didn't know which line was going to.
Where are we gonna go here?
Mayer breathes into the mic like he's afraid of startling the vibe, and every lyric feels like it was written by a guy who learned about intimacy from a shampoo commercial. I'll use my hands. Yes, John, that's generally how humans do things. So who is this song for? It's for someone who wants their songs to smell like patchouli and unironically believe bubblegum tongue is romantic.
That was fucking incredible.
Also, John Mayer falls into that category of stuff that I've heard too much. So, like piped into retail. So that may be my disdain for John Mayer is a little higher than most people's.
I think just based on the strength of that workup, I can forgive you dissing my dude from the Calling Alex band. So I had that track at number 11.
Oh, wow.
All right, I'm off the hook for having it 18.
Got you the out.
But in contrast, Your Body is a Wonderland's at 89.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I don't know where it's at for me. It's low for sure.
And it should be there regardless, literally, for bubblegum tongue. The fuck do you think that even means, John?
It was just outside of my bottom 10 at 85. So,
Oh, man. Well, you'll also agree with my number 94 here with Lumidee and Never Leave You, which sounds like someone recorded a smoke detector having an emotional breakdown and called it a chorus. It isn't catchy. It's auditory malware. The verses aren't any better either because Lumidee delivers every line like she's late for an appointment. Breathless, detached, and vaguely annoyed that the song won't end itself. The beat also is so thin that the producer lost half the files and just said, ship it.
Right.
There's no build. There's no payoff. Just 3 minutes of a ringtone trying to convince you it's an anthem.
How did they get it through? Just fascinated.
Oh, man. At number 95, second from the bottom, I have Daryl Worley. Listen, I was going to crank out some overwrought think piece comparing this song and its sleazy, manipulative grafting of 9/11 onto the Iraq War to the syrup-soaked propaganda jingles that the British Empire used to hustle boys into dying for it. Like the absent-minded beggar in Belgium put the kibosh on the Kaiser and all that chirpy death merchandising. But halfway through, I realized that the whole comparison was collapsing under its own weight and mostly served as an excuse for me to rant about British imperialism and what it is. At the end of the day, a goddamn Daryl Worley capsule review. So instead, I'll just say this. We've devolved from we don't want to fight, but by jingo if we do it, to we absolutely should want to fight, and by jingo, hell yes, we will. And that's not progress. That's grim, little Ouroboros of patriotic rot. Proof of just how depressingly little has changed in the last couple of decades. And the worst part, it wastes some perfectly decent slide guitar work on all this flag-waving sludge.
Yeah, there was the one line that jumped out at me. Exactly what you said was, some say this country's just out looking for a fight. Well, after 9/11, man, I'd have to say that's right. Like, yeah, that's the one where it's like, I don't know that I want to listen to any more of this.
Nope.
Because we're kind of living a lot of this today.
Yep. And my bottom of the list, number 96, is Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow in the picture. Kid Rock's vocal style here sounds like someone tried to wring pathos out of a weed whacker. Like he leans heavily into every line with that gravelly, I've lived hard, can't you tell affectation that feels less like emotional honesty and more like a raspy impression of someone who thinks they can sing country because they once saw a cowboy hat. It's a performance that is so overseasoned with faux heartbreak that you can practically hear him checking his reflection between verses to make sure he still looks tortured. And then there's the lyrics. Right. So it's an unholy mash of half-baked remorse and bar napkin poetry. They've got that written during the last 10 minutes of a studio session while someone shouted, just rhyme something with whiskey energy. And every line aims for gritty sincerity, but lands somewhere closer to rural-themed refrigerator magnet platitude. Sheryl Crow, poor thing, shows up like she wandered into the wrong duet and was too polite to back out. She tries her best to inject some actual musicality into this melodramatic puddle, but even she can't elevate material like this. It's too soggy. Her voice is lovely, sure, but it feels here like she's been drafted into an emotional hostage duty, forced to harmonize with Kid Rock's sandpaper yodeling until the whole thing starts sounding like karaoke night for people who swear they used to be good before the divorce. In short, Picture is a breakup ballad that should have stayed broken up.
Yeah, Cheryl absolutely got a raw deal on that song.
Yeah.
In as much as no one, no matter who it was alongside Kid Rock, no one was saving that track.
So, full disclosure, as I was making this list, my significant other and I are sitting on the couch next to each other, and I'm listening to these songs. And I told her about the songs that I left off the list completely, and this song came on. She's like, "Oh, I like that song," but she did not remember that it was Kid Rock. And then she was like, "It's like, oh, I kind of like that song. I don't remember who it was." And I was like, "It's Kid Rock." And she's like, "Never mind. That's worse than being a pedophile." She's like, the bottom of the pay scale chart when you're asking these questions is second to last is, do you touch children? And the last question is, are you Kid Rock?
Are you Kid Rock?
Jesus Christ.
Can see him in that interview like, why didn't you just ask me at first? We could have made this so much quicker.
It's because you were too dumb to put your name on the top of the resume, kid.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I have a hunch that one might end up towards the bottom of your dealio, Dan, but I am curious about the rest of your list as well.
So, breaking the fourth wall, the more that you all have talked, the more I see that I probably should have dropped tracks as well. And the more I think about it, the more I should have. So I originally did have Thoyong and a few Thmaka things to say about it at 96. But thankfully, I also had a tie at 91, so I still have 10 tracks to bitch about. So with that being said, a slightly revised, number 91. There's no suspense leading up to my number 91. And it's the only one that is in one of y'all's top 10s. Because I have to ask Daniel Bedingfield, how the fuck do you make a "Woe Is Me, I Miss You" song that sounds like a wedding dance, yet also sounds like you being castrated in the chorus? How did you do that?
I have no argument to that.
If you just take the verses, it could be a couple's first dance, and then you actually listen to the lyrics. But that hook, like if you're writing that note on is a piece of sheet music, and most of your stuff is the notes in that song are actually sort of at the top of the bass clef and kind of mostly through the middle. Then you need like 4 more treble clefs to hit those finishing notes to get up there. Like the producer said to me, "Look, like I see what you've written here, and between you and me, either I can jab you really hard with a pin when you get there, or just play really loud. Because between you and me, you're not hitting that note with a pole vault." So I'm guessing he just jabbed him with a pin real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as far as he hit the note.
You got there.
Yeah, he hit the note. My only note on that song is just, oops, all sap. That was...
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised nobody had my number 92, Mark Willis, in 19-something, because it is very stereotypical nostalgia track, which is very popular in country. I didn't expect this kind of a country nostalgia for a country song. I mean, it's not good nostalgia. It's still everything was better in the 70s when the gas had lead and dad smoked 3 packs a day in our faces. But there was some weird nerdy nostalgia in there, which there you go.
Yeah, it was number 83 for me, so like 3 off of the bottom 10. So yeah,
Fair.
Right there with you.
That at 78 because I just wrote generic good old days track.
Yep,
There you go. That's
exactly.
the best descriptor.
Exactly.
I don't have a descriptor for number 93, though. And neither did y'all, because nobody mentioned Field Bob and Sick of Being Lonely. Because the song felt like such a nothing burger that I couldn't think of anything to say here.
Did I listen?
And by the look on your faces, you were also trying to remember what the hell that song is itself as well.
But I have it on here somewhere.
68 for me.
Okay, what is it that
I don't know.
You're right. No, I'm just like I'm not I'm not trying to antagonize. I would just like to know why. Like, what is it about the song that didn't? What is the? Tell me something about the song.
That's why you're really tripping my brain out. I can't tell you a single thing. I've got nothing.
I believe my point has been made.
Oh, that one. So yeah, no. That was different for me. Okay, so I wrote that the chorus keeps it from being like Outcast level good, but I have it at 32 because I feel like we all need more Southern hip hop in our lives.
Okay.
I didn't mind the call and response. I'll say that. That was all right.
You collectively both remembered more of the song than I did, so I'll go with your opinions. I don't have to say a whole ton about my number 94 song, aside than I just answer the question, what am I doing? Nothing. Just chilling as far away from this brain-gating excuse of a track that is Holiday Inn.
Stop, drop, kaboom. Whatever the fuck that means.
I called it the most ludicrous Chingy song on the chart.
Oh,
please hold your thoughts till the end of the presentation.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm slightly surprised that no one mentioned my number 95, which was Intuition by Jewel. I still don't know if 22 years on that it is clear what Jewel was actually trying to do with this massive change in sound. She had sort of explained that the song and the whole album was like a pastiche with some sharp criticisms in here. But Weird Al, she is not. This whole thing came across as half an effort for a pop sound and a specific sound in pop that was winding down when it came out.
I know that when I'm trying to find it again. Oh, at 30. And I was trying to decide if that was too high or if that was too low for it. I feel like for me, like 30 feels pretty correct. Like it is, I think it is a good song, but I do think, yeah, it definitely suffers from what you say that like, you know, what is it actually about? Like what's the actual lyrical purpose of the song?
I have it at number 73. I gave it one more point than I gave Daniel Bedingfield and one less point than I gave Holiday Inn.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel kind of bad about that.
Number 96 was also mentioned, and I only have one line about Young Guns, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And it's, again, you can ask me what this song sounded like, and I can't be completely sure, but all I could tell you is I heard the vocal delivery that was multiplied and stacked upon itself, and yet the sum of those parts were like running sandpaper between the toes.
Ow. Not great.
I didn't hate it. I'm not going to tell you where I have it.
The only thing I can guarantee is that I don't think you're going to disagree with the rest of the list. Maybe one. And I feel bad about where I have it, actually. So I'm not going to talk much about it. But it's not 97. There was definitely something about party anthems from this time that those who wrote those tracks had to include big sounds in their production. Sure. A catchy chorus. We've talked a lot about those tonight. And more often than not, the most annoying and terribly written lyrics of all time. Which brings us to number 97. And once again, Chingy and his most recognizable hit, Right There.
Oh, no. Sorry, go ahead.
Now, you would have thought he'd been working with, well, R. Kelly, actually, with lines like, I know you're grown a little bit, 20 years old, you legal, which, in retrospect, actually good for you on waiting. So, where many would not have. So, okay, sorry. That attracted retrieve. But then the follow-up to, I swooped on her like an eagle swooping down on its prey. Same word twice, bad writing. Also, ew.
Yes. Super
Just ew.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a club jam. And I will fully 100% admit to not listening to a single lyric in the song.
And same, actually. I don't think I know any words besides the chorus, and I still put it at number 80. I'm sure it would have been lower if I actually listened to the lyrics.
Oh, it would definitely have been lower on mine if I had listened to the lyrics.
May I moved to number 98.
Yeah, please.
So, like I said, it's probably not totally fair to judge party songs and club songs exclusively by their lyrical content. It is more than fair to judge the words being used in a romantic longing track. He says question mark with how this whole thing turned out. They can totally be used to express the emotions of the pain of missing someone, which I understand is beyond obvious, but you would be hard pressed to find those or any emotions in the lyrics of Picture. And to be completely honest, this was the only song that when I saw it on the list, I knew it was going to be down here in the bottom 5 because I hate myself so much of it because of it. Because this is a song, and this keeps getting brought up in reviews, so I can't be the only one. But this is a song that I have performed several times at karaoke, meaning that I know or knew the lyrics, and good Lord, I wish I could have drunk those away instead of forgetting like 4th grade. I know every word of this Drek, and I fucking hate me. Trust, I fucking hate me.
So does she, song. According to Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
She. That's why I'm also a fan of that song. I said it was autobiographical for a reason.
This might be the first time that like I have a song in my bottom 5 that I feel that I might have ranked too highly. I am officially bumping this down to the bottom of my list. Good news, Chingy, you get to move up a spot.
Oh, man.
If that's not the participation trophy of being rated on this show, I don't know what is.
So true.
Chingy, one step above Kid Rock. It's his new tagline. Or at least I'm not Kid Rock.
That's what I was going to go with right there. That's better.
Can always get worse.
It's the old tourism campaign for Cleveland. We're not Detroit.
I got to watch that as soon as we're done. It's a classic.
All right.
Beautiful.
Trying to finish this up, I promise. But let me move through this quick because this is probably rated lower than it should be. I don't think it's the fault of the artist. I think it's the fault of the producer who absolutely betrayed Amanda Perez and Angel. I think they gave Perez lines that didn't match well with her voice, did not match up with her range, and could have been helped by more use of the harmonics that were dumped into the chorus, but they weren't used at all in the verses. The writing is basic. The emotions aren't. And the more I read about it, the more it became clear that people took the meaning out of the music more so than the music out of the music from this one. And I can't really dump on that too hard, but it still was harsh on my earballs and I got a low rating, and hence Angel is all the way down at 99, but probably shouldn't be. But it's a little late to change that at this point in the game.
Yeah, I have it at 81 too, because I look at that song as like proof that even in the pre-digital age, you didn't need to have a good voice to like get some notice. Like honestly, like that track did her no justice. I have heard other songs and she sounds better.
Yeah.
But that track, she sounds awful.
I think I might have detected some of that as I was listening because I hadn't heard anything else from her, but I did put it at number 39 because I felt the same thing. The production was absolute, like just a travesty, but there felt like there was something more on the bone that just like wasn't coming through maybe because of that production.
Yeah, I think that's also frustrating. It's like you said, there was so much potential there. And like I just said, whoever produced it for her just really let her down on that one.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's still charted, so
that's fair.
I guess she doesn't care too much, but
no. So my number 99 might have not been fair, but 100 totally is. And I'm pretty sure you both know where I'm going here by now. So
I got the good bet.
But at the same time, I promised myself in thinking about this that I wouldn't go off on a massive rant on politics or religion or any of the hot button issues in these anymore.
Okay.
Definitely did that on a song that more than deserved it.
Yeah.
But
It was the focal point of the song.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I don't know if it's unnecessary. Until the next time it is, which will probably be in like 2 months. For now, and when I say this, understand what I mean when I say this, a small bit of temperance here. The time is early 2003. We are a year and a half out from seeing the worst attack on American soil happen live on television. Thousands of Americans dying in front of our eyes. A morning that no one who witnessed the carnage will ever be able to forget. And in the ensuing months, this country came together. Linked arms, and vowed revenge. Afghanistan was the first to face our wrath in a military move that many at the time agreed with from even across the aisle. Because we could confidently say the group that did the shit were there and got help from there. So we had to go there. But fast forward to 2003. W and his clown car of useful idiots were busy trying to gin up the reasoning to go for invasion number 2. Spoiler alert, they got their way. Some companies got rich. Many, many people died needlessly, and an entire region of the world was fucked up way beyond repair still more than 20 years later. And at the height of all of this came a song that was the symbol for all the worst of the jingoistic warmongering that could possibly drummed up. The Chicks were banned from country radio, and in their place was a song to ask the single dumbest musical question of multiple generations. Have you forgotten? Those 3 words from Daryl Worley headlined the most blatant pro-war song since 1941. Like a time when it was more than justified battle there to go and fight. But in this ham-fisted recording, did everything it could to link Iraq with 9/11, which made me wonder why Colin Powell didn't just stand in front of the UN with an acoustic guitar and sing this in attempts to gather a coalition of the willing. But beyond all of that, the worst fucking part is that Worley himself tried to walk it all back. He said at the time that the song didn't endorse the war in Iraq, when the lyrics themselves call bullshit on him. They were actually so poorly written to the music in order to get that message home. This wasn't the remembrance of the fallen that he claimed it was. This was a remember the Alamo for terrorism. Worley wanted you mad enough to send your kids into the desert to go and kill. And I really, really, really want to end this with a joke, but the combination of the horrific motivations of the song combined with the barely cogent melody and a sub-average production job made this the worst fucking song of the year, possibly the decade.
I had no idea that he tried to walk that back on the basis of the words in the actual song.
To claim it was all a remembrance for those who died.
Looking for a fight.
That's not what that is.
Oh, shit. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor, probably.
Yeah.
God damn it. Like, the shittiness to have and to express this take, period, full stop, is bad enough. But the cowardice on top of it to try to backpedal and say, no, that wasn't me, bro. That was some other guy you're thinking of. That was Will Dorley that you got us mistaken. Common error.
Oh, yeah.
Come the fuck on, dude. Own it. At the very least, own it.
And I think that's the worst part about that to me not the worst part, honestly. That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
I think genocide goes first.
Yeah.
But one of the worst parts about this is that whole thing is that when you get pushback and you have to go, wait, was I the bad guy? No, it couldn't have been me. I wasn't the bad guy. Like, I would.
Impeccable timing, as always.
Perfect.
Also, sorry that my Shaggy came out more as Meatwad.
No, I thought
What a sentence. What a beautiful fucking sentence.
Listen, I'm not an impressionist.
Can we just maybe move on to some more pleasant things?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think we got to because we are going back up to the tippy tops of our list to give our number ones. And I think I've tipped my hand a little bit on my number one. It was already talked about a little bit, so I won't go too much into depth about it. But it was Like a Stone by Audioslave. I think it was Dan that you were talking about it. Chris Cornell and most of Rage Against the Machine getting together. Like, it's hard to think that that combination would yield anything bad. And I don't think they really did. But Like a Stone is certainly up there towards the top of their catalog. And as you said, it's Chris Cornell doing Chris Cornell things. It's powerful. It's haunting. The solo is just absolutely perfect. The lyrics are poignant and really fucking sad too in hindsight, but still that doesn't detract at all from their beauty and amazement. So this is the song that I would consider a great song out of the full 100.
Right on. I won't say I totally disagree with you. There's a lot of that song that I like, but I still have it at 27.
Yeah. Beauty of doing these lists. We usually agree with one another and we're like, oh yeah, 33.
Right. My number one song has also been talked about, so I'll keep it brief. And that would be Bring Me to Life, Evanescence and Paul McCoy. It's one of those songs that hits with that full body intensity every time. Amy Lee has, like, her voice comes in like a tidal wave. It never feels overdone. It just hits hard. And the whole track feels bigger than life. So that mix of piano and heavy guitars and the cinematic energy that makes it feel like you're waking up. It's perfect. It gives you a rush. Even years later, because it's not just catchy, it's urgent, it's personal. There's a reason it has stuck around in the cultural bloodstream, because there's really nothing else that sounds quite like it.
Yeah, it's interesting you say like cinematic, because like I tried to think like what movie would this really fit in to, and like I could just picture this replacing Rage's Wake Up during the closing credits of The Matrix.
I could picture it there, although I love that song there too.
Oh yeah. No hate at all.
Although that's a good one.
It could replace half of the Bond themes, and I'd be okay with it.
That's a fair cop.
Yeah.
That's a fair cop.
I also have the luxury of keeping my number one short and sweet because it was once again also already talked about. But I will say this, that there are two versions of Tupac's Thug Mansion that you should listen to both of them. The acoustic Nas version, raw, full of feels and pain, and at the same time hope. The R&B remix featuring Anthony Hamilton, who is incredible on his own right, by the way, is accentuated by his accentuated by his smooth, soulful vocals. They're both more than worth the time. It was an easy pick as the real number one hit song of 2003.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I put it at number 4 based on the points I gave it, but that wasn't accurate. It's the best.
Yeah, I did not and need to come across the acoustic Nas version, but the Anthony Hamilton version was just so good. The Anthony Hamilton part specifically, I'm talking about. We all know the Tupac part was the Tupac part. Like, I don't think we need to discuss how good that was. But yeah, Anthony Hamilton absolutely killed it for his part.
Right. Cool.
As did we. We absolutely killed this list as much as we possibly could.
It was as difficult as it was to do that. I think we're good.
It's one of the last episodes that y'all will hear this year, that y'all will hear in the year of the ass 2025. Is that what we're saying?
The year of the ass.
That's pretty good. That's pretty descriptive.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Okay. We keep it in.
Yep.
Yeah. Let us know what you've thought of this year. Like, we're going to consider all of you listeners as our Fairly Kick-Ass Wrapped. You know, we want you to tell us what was your favorite episode of the year that you've heard so far? Because you know how these things are. They come out before the end of the year. I think like Spotify Wrapped hit in like November, which makes no sense. What episode of ours were you vibing to the most? Was it a vibes episode? Was it a different type? Was it one of the new types that we introduced in 2025 that you really enjoyed? Was it one of the old stalwarts? Let us know. We want to know what kind of content you're really into, so we can make sure that if you're not into a certain thing, that maybe we don't do it as much. Maybe we shelve it for a while and rotate some new stuff in. And you know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that yet, then I'm here to tell you. I almost said Bitcoin. That's not a social media network at all. It's called Blue Sky. It's not called Bitcoin. We will take Bitcoin somehow. I don't know how we would set that up, but we'd find a way. Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, at Fairly KickAss on everything. fairlykickass@gmail.com, fairlykickass.com, and everywhere that you find podcasts. Those are the answers to the 4 questions. Search for us, find us, listen to us, let us know what you think. We hope that you have enjoyed the year so far. And by no means, I feel like this is like the last episode of the year, the way I'm talking, because we still have like 2 or 3 coming out.
Something like that.
But we appreciate all of you, everyone who's listened. We saw, stats from folks all over the world, from various countries outside of the US. Yeah, it's really cool to be able to do this. So thank you.
Word.
Any parting words to y'all before we never talk about the year 2003 again?
I feel like I had something, but I can't remember what it is.
Feel the same way. Just can't get the bat off my shoulder.
Fairly fitting, I think, for this year.